Mike G, you know he's here chilling. Yeah, my man Mike P, you know he's...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Philadelphia 76ers.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast. We are near. Well, Kevin. Thanks to Yang. Clearly, Thompson knows his role on this team. Got to admire how hard he goes on the glass. Partway through the season, some rookies are starting to hit that wall, that imaginary rookie wall. Doris, what can they do to power through it and continue?
You know, Kevin, I think this is where having the great leadership of veterans who understand what these young guys are going through, and then they help them, right? So they understand, one, nutrition becomes important, so that's part of the conversation. Getting the appropriate rest, right? You can't go burning the candle at both ends, and so much of a rookie's experience or a young guy's experience in the league is shaped by the veterans around them.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, D'Angelo Russell out there with Hardaway. Then there's Saric, then there's Towns, and it's Richardson in at the three.
Well, he has shown Victor Oladipo that you must respect his three ability. When he's locked in, the defense has to contest.
Lets it go from 11. That's short off the rim. Dallas on defense. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Good on the bucket.
That's a nice scoring move by Rose. Listen, this was the #1 pick back in 2008. He can still be a major threat.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. There's a good screen. Towns, the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Richardson, no luck.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process. And Tatum's become a reliable outside shooter. Has a good-looking stroke from deep.
Russell kicks to Richardson. Back to Russell. Towns in the corner. Dallas, no good that time either.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
1:37 left here in the first quarter. Hardaway with the steal. Pass to Russell. Back to Hardaway. Towns sets the pick for Hardaway to end the run, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
You know, funny thing is, in his only season at the University of Kentucky, he didn't start, and yet Karl Anthony Towns becomes the #1 pick in the draft. So unusual. Boy, when you watch Cat play out there, you can forget exactly how young he is. The poise and manner of a 10-year vet, and very aware of what is happening on the court.
Russell passes to Hardaway. Screen by Saric. Back to Russell. There's the triple. No good on that one. And Philadelphia the other way now. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And how about the effort that they put forth in that game, playing just lockdown deep?
Well, you know what they say, defense wins championships, and they made a huge effort to shut them down.
And while Towns does play beyond his years, he is definitely young, to the point where he was actually younger than every member of both starting fives, Doris, in the national championship game last season in college basketball.
I think it's got to be a scary thought for the league that Cat is still years away from what should be his prime. It's rare to see a player so young have such great court awareness, and I think that's the thing that separates good players from great players.
Now, here's Here's Richardson, guarded close. Towns, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Russell. Again, Russell missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The screen from Thompson. To the paint. It's stolen by Sharks. Russell. That shot off the mark. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the 76ers leading by 7 on the court for Dallas here in the second. Josh Richardson out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Towns. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. Tatum dishes to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off from deep. Rose. It's rebounded by Dallas. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
He dishes it to Crowder. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Crowder's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the 76ers. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Towns wide open. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
On the catch and shoot, just so relaxed. Almost looks like Towns is playing a game of horse out there.
Doris, when you watch Towns on the court, he is as large as advertised on paper, but moves and plays much more like a guard. It's something that you see more and more in today's NBA, and it seems like he's leading the charge.
No, agreed, Kev. This guy has an ability to handle the basketball like a guard, and that allows him to create separation with the bounce. He can hit step-back jump shots, can spread the floor. A lot to like about his offensive arsenal. Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Thompson, a screen on Russell. Here's Rose. Tries again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Thompson, just a spectacular athlete and so muscular. He is so crafty on how he draws fouls while shooting.
Well, we in the North starting to turn out some players, right? Out of Toronto, Canada, Tristan Thompson. He doesn't have the most expansive offensive skill set, but guys, his motor is as good as it gets.
Towns, a screen on Rose. The drive by Russell. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And happy to take it up inside. You see Russell under control and in charge.
And Thompson, one of the most relentless rebounders in the NBA.
Well, this is the elite skill he brings to the table. His durability and nightly effort on the boards make him a hugely valuable player, worthy of that contract.
Russell kicks to Saric. 1:24 left to play here in the half. Richardson, no luck. Philadelphia leading by 4. Left side Rose. Thompson, high post. Oladipo outside. The feed to Rose. Over Russell. Another miss by Philadelphia. Mavericks trailed by 4. Hardaway kicks to Russell. The pass to Towns. Screened by Russell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Rose.
Well, he's got moves and counter moves inside. Towns makes the defender pick his poison.
And Towns drops them both. And as the Mavericks look to rebuild, Doris, what do you see as their areas of need?
Well,
Well, certainly an injection of athleticism might really trigger some things, because if you look back on 2017, they were last in the league in blocks, fast break points, points in the paint, and free throws attempted. A lot of those stats correlate with athleticism, so I think they need more of that.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Russell kicks to Sharge. Screen by Russell. Here's Towns. He nails it, and we're tied up. Towns has got 11 points.
Well, second chance bucket, right? You have to put a body on Town.
Oh!
How does he even make that shot?
What range! Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet Smith. Right out of the gates, it was Philadelphia setting the tone. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. They were hot as the first quarter came to a close, making all 5 of their last 5 shots of the period. And into the second quarter, momentum started to shift, and that's all we can do.
It's been a back and forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. The 76ers leading by 3. We've got Tatum, Jay Crowder out there with Thompson. And it's Rose, and it's Oladipo in at the shooting guard. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Shot clock at 6. Rose kicks to Oladipo. 3-pointer. And it's Oladipo again missing. Mavericks trailed by 3. Here's Towns. He feeds it to Hardaway. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Hardaway has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Mavs. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
And it's Oladipo with the jam.
I'd say if Tristan Thompson sets a hard pick, you will feel its impact.
Mavericks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Screen by Sharge. Russell kicks to Hardaway. Back to Russell. Sharge just screen on Rose. Sharge outside. Here's Russell. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Rose. Hardaway against Oladipo. The kick out to Rose. Oladipo against Hardaway. Thompson sets the pick for Oladipo. Over Hardaway. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul. Mavericks trailed by 3. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Towns sets the pick for Hardaway. Or something that's become popular, debating whether a player is a star or a superstar. To you, what's the major difference between those two thoughts?
To me, the biggest difference between star and superstar are those guys who are willing to absorb the label on a night-by-night basis and a moment-by-moment basis. You can't disappear when the stakes get high. You can't disappear on a February night in the middle of the grind pre-All-Star break. Greatness requires you to come with it every single night.
And they don't care about the conversation about them. They're bulletproof in some ways, very thick skin.
Very Kobe-like attribute you just referenced.
Very good comparison. And good that time. Oladipo's got 10.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Hardaway against Oladipo. A baseline J. Hardaway, no good. Philadelphia leading by 3. Oladipo outside. He kicks to Rose. To the inside. Towns with the steal. To the middle. It's stolen by Rose. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Richardson the pass to Towns.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Thompson dishes to Oladipo. The 76ers again can't hit it. Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Mavericks have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thompson, a screen on Hardaway. Here's Oladipo, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Dallas.
Boy, you have to admire the physicality Oladipo brings. This guy's exceptional at drawing the defense into him on these shots.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Russell kicks to Saric. The fadeaway. Towns, no luck.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, if we get a stop, it's a running opportunity.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Mavericks shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Towns is out there with Saric. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Richardson. And it's Russell in at point guard. Oladipo outside. Tatum setting the pick for Oladipo. Pass to Tatum. Up and in on the layup. Tatum's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Philadelphia.
And Tatum already showing some efficiency from beyond. Fantastic at getting the position he wants for the shot.
Towns the screen. Russell passes to Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. The 3 nailed from three-point land. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
The broad shoulders of Cat helps make him an excellent screener.
Oladipo against Hardaway. Oladipo dishes to Tatum. Passes to Rose. Shot from 12. That one misses. Nice D from Russell. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Rose kicks to Oladipo. The screen from Thompson. Top of the key. Thompson sets the pick for Rose. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
Mavericks leading by 3. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Richardson. D right on him. Feeds it to Hardaway. Towns a screen on Rose. On deep. Here's Saric. That shot is off. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Oladipo against Hardaway. Crowder kicks to Rose. 1:24 left in the fourth. The screen from Thompson. Here's Oladipo. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his third assist on the night. Russell passes to Richardson. The 17-footer. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got the lead up to 3 now for the man.
How about the calm demeanor of Towns? Well made for pressure situations.
Rose kicks to Tatum. Off the screen. It's rebounded by Towns. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Richardson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Outside Russell. In the corner, it's Richardson. Back to Russell. And Saric kicks to Towns. Connects!
Oh, does he deliver? That is a determined young fellow right there. Karl Anthony Towns.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 5. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out, and they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And so they foul intentionally. It's the first. That makes it a 3-point lead.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 3. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
And Derrick Rose accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking and making big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him. You have the foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Thompson, a screen on Russell. And here's Rose. Here's Tatum. Bullseye!
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
And the Mavericks call time here. Guys, your thoughts?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony.